goodness.
SedeP.
Selah. It means pause and consider.
With
John and
Phil and
Jihan and yes and etc. Look, I'm just saying, you wouldn't want your mom to overhear this podcast. Steroids for your ears.
This is what your liberal brain has been hurting for.
The daddy team.
The attorney.
Burnt pizza slice.
At Casey's, we know you love creamer in your coffee. We thought we'd cut it short for you and give you the whole bag. Surf's up, bro.
Oh, hey, no.
My friends that are my friends that are my friends that are my friends that are
For our show.
So, you think being SedeP is cool? All your friends are doing it? Well, think again.
Make it fresh.
Make it fresh. Make it fresh. Where's my camera? I don't know.
Oh, man.
Not that anyone can see me anyway, but like I see that there's like
Phil, turn on the camera.
it's on. I don't know where it is though.
Oh no!
I see. Like,
I see the light, Phil. Phil, am I alive?
Going to the light.
Ooh. Oh, I'm on SedePcast. My bad. False alarm. False alarm.
Ah, here it is. Yeah. Selah.
Selah. It means to pause.
Oh, I don't even have my glasses on. So how you been doing, John? First,
I've been great. I've been great.
why
Just
is
like
this
Frosted
move?
Flakes. Just like Frosted Flakes. I'm great.
That's right.
That's right.
Let's see. So, let me get a car going. So should we watch any of that stuff from the whatever Discord people were saying?
My sister asked to do that one show, but I don't know if I want to listen to a whole dating advice podcast.
From what?
From whatever her name is, the Catholic hippie. Gian said,
Oh,
"No, we won't watch that."
well, he's not here, so.
Hey, you ever watched the 1980s MacGyver show?
Yeah,
No.
like
That
in the
show's
80s.
great. That show's great. That's the song that plays in my head whenever I fix something, no matter how dumb it is. I'm like, da 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 da.
Hold on.
Christian dating in the modern world. Yeah, I don't know if I want to watch this. My sister said it's cringe.
Yeah, it was Lila Rose.
She said, "This is cringe." I'm exposing her right now. This is cringe. Y'all should react to this.
Let's be honest.
Let's be honest with ourselves. Here, I'll even look her the stream if she's still awake. I gotta check. She wanted me to Photoshop something yesterday. She was actually impressed by what I made. I was like, I don't even try at this. You can't be complimenting me like this.
What if you can create your own website by saying, this is what I want? With Wix,
This is what
you
I
can't.
want, Phil.
But I'm gonna be honest.
Oh,
man.
she's gonna be honest.
This already looks great.
Because
I'm
we're
sending
being
texting
honest
my
here.
sister
Women
right
do
now.
not
You asked for
on
this.
men on women.
Men,
So what are the biggest?
men on woman. Yeah, okay.
What? Men do not what?
Men on woman, Phil.
Men on woman crime.
That's right.
That's right. How long is this thing?
It looks
It's an
like
hour and a
hour
half.
Yeah, sounds good
Well-
to me, Phil.
Okay, so why don't we look
Wait,
at the
Phil,
titles?
we need a drinking show with this.
Asian girls seeking love.
What?
I don't know. That's what it
Is
says
that the
here.
name of the commenter? That's
No, I think it's in the side.
Oh no, my sister's on now.
Oh,
Phil's
no.
YouTube recommend. Oh, your YouTube recommendations are ruined by this. Oh no.
Okay, let's see. Well, this is like a channel I don't even use, so
Oh no.
this is
Love this discussion. Phil, we have to pick a thing that we pause the video at. A word.
Let's look. Is there okay? So we got these things we can choose from, right?
Nimi.
Intro.
Sorg. Ooh,
The
porn.
problems with dating. Ryan's perspective. Nimi skincare. That's probably like I don't know.
Yeah, advertisement.
Effects of pornography. Oh.
Oh.
Star swipe. The special effects of pornography. Paradox of choice. People are self-sabotaging. What professions do women want? None. Like just bothering you? Go see. What's the most annoying thing you can think of? Yeah, that's the one they want. Wait, culture worships youth. Says the youth. Dating someone different than you.
Hey, we need a first comment from my sister on her private account. I don't want to get doxxed on the 5-viewer stream, though.
Does anyone have of any of these choices? Does anyone want to start with any of these? We could do like a couple of them. I don't think we want to do the whole.
Come on, if my sister's out there, we'll click what you wanted us to watch.
Yeah, roles of
need the
women
most-
and women in dating apps. Traumatic. Probably wouldn't have
Traumatic dating.
swiped. Lila's first impressions of her husband. Ooh. Chased dating. I don't know. He just kept chasing me. Why waiting till marriage to kiss?
That one sounds like fun.
This is in the catechism. Oxytocin.
What?
Boundaries.
Pros
and cons
of cuddling.
Of hitchhiking, cuddling. Enemy hates marriage.
The society.
Enemy hates marriage. We follow a single celibate man.
That's right.
Oh, so gross.
That just sounds like a really weird way of measuring God. I don't know. It just sounds irreverent.
Yeah, it does. Like
And these
super.
guys look like losers. I'm not saying
Look.
I don't look that way, but I have a full-time job. Okay.
He's like, look, I got this. I got this leather jacket from TJ Maxx. Let's go.
Let's go.
So, any special requests of any
My
kind?
sister has not texted back. Can't believe
All right,
it.
I'll go. Well, let's choose one.
Kissing? No, that just sounds.
Yeah. Let's do that one because that's just stupid. So let's waiting for
Chase
marriage.
Traditions
Yeah, the
passed down.
millennial
Millennial
traditions.
tradition,
Yeah.
yes.
On the chase
yes.
dating, I
just-
want to say
wait,
this
say
was
off,
something
Phil.
that I
Look how uncomfortable he is. He's got like his hands cuddled
Yeah.
around him. He's like, I don't want to say this. I don't want to say this. Oh, get me out of here.
what I was thinking was that they would like it's just a bunch of like random like cow noises that they're making at the beginning of it. They're like, I don't know, rah, 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 rah. And you're like, Selah, good point. I thought that was going to be your. As a matter of fact, let's listen to it from the beginning again. Let's see. Waiting to get
Tradition.
Yeah, the
passed on.
Millennial
Say
tradition,
law.
yes.
Yes.
Selah. Great point.
good point. Good point.
Rover doesn't like. I mean, he's wearing the straight jacket, like hand position.
Yeah, yeah. He's.
I didn't even think about that, but yeah, straight jackets are what you like. The position your hands go to if you're like mentally insane.
Well, look, we got to do at least a few of these. We
Come
got
on.
to kill sometime. Got to kill
That's
sometime.
right. That's right. That's right. All 0 viewers
Just,
are
I
going
want
to
to
be
say
offended.
this was something that I remember. I had a friend who waited till marriage or his wedding day to kiss his wife, right? And we all thought, I mean, if we're being totally honest here, it's like we probably were like, that's weird. Like
Well,
that's
over
so
the top.
that's admirable, right? But
Yeah,
like,
it's lovely, but
you
it
have to
feels
have
over-
some like, how do you? What if they're bad? And you know the answer. Like even in your head, you're like, what if they're a bad kisser? It's like, well, first off, like, wouldn't you rather have morals and assume that you could actually like, you know, like get better at something like that? But it was so interesting that I even had the reaction like, that's extreme, right? And then I what do you call it? I ended up dating a girl who I just like had one of the best experiences, and it was like I was like, hey, I don't want to have any sort of inkling of any sort of, and it was very short. It was only a couple months, and it was such a cool. We just would hang out and get to know each other, and we learned very quickly. Oh, we want different things, right?
Yes.
And we
yeah.
and I remember when we like
Yes.
parted ways, it was like a
Yes.
day.
Yes.
Oh, bummer! I can't like
It's true.
call and talk like, and it was, and now we're great friends. Like, and it's literally, and I
We're
was like,
great
oh, wow.
friends.
And I would have said this sounds insane, right? And I'm not judging anyone because I was like, wow, I've definitely like in every other relationship.
No,
Great friends. Great friends.
it's in the bowl, the glass bowl.
Phil, like
Yeah.
we dated and then we became like great friends.
Like now, and now the girl I'm dating now kisses her. You know, because
Hey,
that's how good friends we are.
Phil, are you LARPing as the FSSP and the SSPX, you know, friends
know.
with benefits?
Yeah, I had no idea that's what those acronyms mean.
Bro,
Everyone talks in acronyms constantly.
bro, Pope Francis is gonna, one day she'll be mine. Pope Francis, she's gonna realize, Pope Francis is gonna realize that us FSSP are the real man she needs, unlike the bad boy SSPX.
One day.
I saw an Anglican enter the church one time, but bro, Pope Francis, my girlfriend, my future, is like so pure. she would never let them say mass.
He asked me if I wanted to go to mass, and I said, "What does my weight have to do with it?"
I've kissed, and it's been like, and it hasn't worked out. So I was like, oh, let's just run the numbers, you know. And it was such a remarkable experience. And I will say, just turning that side of the brain off, right, of any sort of physical inclination.
Yeah.
I'm gonna focus on just like get to know you as a friend and a person, because that, as anybody knows, that can be turned on like that, right? And so it's like, and also people would ask me like, how do you know if you're attracted? Like, oh, I can see someone across the room and get very attractive, right? You know, I brought Sidecar donuts. I don't need to try one of them to know that they're delicious, right?
Yes.
Thank you, Sidecar.
Yeah.
Say law. What?
I know. I didn't even
He's
have
just
to use
staring
it.
at the two girls.
He's
He's
like,
just staring at two girls. I know
know.
what attractive are delicious.
Listen, I know how delicious donuts are, if you know what I mean.
Hey Phil, I don't get those Nova Sordo donuts. I don't get the Nova Sordo donuts. Whenever Chris makes it,
you don't get Sacramento donuts?
I do not get the coffee of Chris.
Okay, so anything else we want to see here?
What else is cringe-inducing?
Lila's first impressions of her husband.
This should be fun since he's
Okay.
talking to two men.
I know.
If you have controlling urges for the P word, there's actually new brain scans that reveal 3 helpful discoveries that will help you quit. We're
have that discernment. Of
What
course,
was
you're
your
going to have that
first?
discernment.
I'm curious. If we can put you on the spot. When you met your husband, what was your like, love story? Were you attracted right away? Was it? Was there chemistry right away?
Did you kiss? Did you kiss? Because I'm thinking about kissing.
I'm thinking about delicious donuts. I'm gonna eat.
Actually, or
But
was
I'm
it
not
more like
gonna
a
eat
slow
them
burn?
because I
Was it
know
a-
they're delicious.
Yeah, but one time I bought a dozen donuts and I left them on the table, and we became good friends. We got to know each other.
I'm a
Jim and
John,
Pam
and I'm not
situation
too
with-
long, but Long John, he's like longer than me. And I was like, I said to the donut, "How are you doing?" He said nothing, but some people are
Introverted, and I'm extrovert.
Yeah. Yeah.
From The Office.
So I think when I first met him, I definitely thought he was cute. He's handsome. He's objectively handsome, but it wasn't like butterflies, stars to star.
And
Lightning
you
flashing.
know what that's like.
That's very nice. So he's like, I wasn't really attracted to him. I think he was all right.
Like though you had experience.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I think there is and it ended up, and for him, I think he was very like excited, thankfully, and asked me out. But I wasn't going into like, I just met the man I'm going to marry, but I was definitely interested in him and, excited that he wanted to take me out. I was like, yeah, I'll totally go
How'd
out
y'all
with this
meet?
guy. It was a mutual meetup where my brother knew him. And so he put a group together and.
Do you guys?
Whatever. But dude, look at the guy's face. Ha! You guys met together at a mutual meetup? Say wow.
Met as friends. Yeah.
We met.
Why is he so happy about that? John, you there? John left. Jihan's on the stage. Hey, Jihan.
Yeah, liberals.
Where's your ad block, losers? Well, my real YouTube channel is it's in the shop. Private. Oh, I don't know this person. John. Hey, so what's going on, Jihan? Do you know why this guy's so happy that she met through friends or something? She met her husband through friends?
Yeah, I don't know why that. I don't know. I just don't.
Let's go back.
I don't get these
Let's go
people. I
back.
don't know who they are.
Okay, so let's listen to what she has to say.
Knew him, and so he put a group together, and.
So you guys met as friends. Yeah.
We met as friends. Yeah.
I have an idea that's a cut. That there was a joke, and he was laughing at a joke. Right? Is that right?
Maybe.
Because none of this is funny.
Put a group together, and.
So you guys met as friends. Yeah.
We met as friends. Yeah, and now it quickly moved.
Oh, dude,
Maybe
this guy-
maybe actually there is a cut.
I know for a fact I couldn't be in the same room as this guy right here.
Who's that guy?
The white guy.
Like what? Like what's his deal?
Look at the way he's like. Look at his like serious. He's like trying to be serious.
He put a group together, and.
So you guys met as friends. Yeah.
We met as friends. Yeah,
Look
and
at
now
he's
it
like,
quickly moved into dating, like right
so
away.
smug.
Like he asked me out, but.
Secrets to master modern dating. Why would anybody take a dating advice from these people?
I don't know. Who wants to be around these people? They are horrible.
The studio.
Any other ones you want to see? Culture worships youth. Cozy Earth. Why profession? What professions do women want?
I just
special effects of pornography.
I pity these
Mimi.
people. I pity the fools.
Phil, this might work.
Uh-oh.
I pity the fools.
What's
who want
happening?
Bros.
Wait a minute.
Give me a second.
What's going on?
I pity John the Fool.
Hi. Now does my mic work?
Yeah, it was working. I just wanted to put the car sound in.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty low. Maybe it's average. So what was the FSSP SSPX debate on Discord?
I always
who was gonna get the girl Pope Francis.
Quote me on this. Quote me on this. Laugh. Quote me on this. Quote. Laugh. Be gay and grind.
I mean, Phil, who's gonna get the girl? The SSPX or the FSSP?
Oh.
Quote me on this. Laugh. Gay.
I am streaming from a freeway.
Gay. I always quote me on this. Laugh. Gay. I always
So true.
Is that your sister, John?
I can neither confirm nor deny that. That's my sister.
That's his Fumo.
Yeah, that's right.
Sister.
If you didn't know, when I'm on the road,
he's half
I'm
Fumo.
not texting and driving. It's my Fumo typing in the passenger side.
So, who do I think's going to get Pope Francis?
Yeah.
You mean custody of his remains, or?
No, the date. The date, Phil. Who's gonna start dating the girl Pope Francis? Is it gonna be Peter Man or the Pious Man?
The one who brings the donuts.
That's right. That's the correct answer.
Yay. I passed the test.
I have no clue why.
So
I'm stuck with that joke now.
Which one?
The Friends with Benefits SSPX position.
Man, SedeP, man.
I created that last night. Then he stole it. He stole it. He stole my joke.
I mean, SedeP stole my joke.
That's right. By the way, Gian, we accuse you of trying to fix other people's content and make it genuinely worse by bringing up our critiques to them, Gian. How dare you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I really tried to fix other people's content.
Yeah, but you told them things that we said, and then they stopped doing them and stopped being nearly as stupid. Well, friends.
You're talking about that guy?
Yeah,
Please,
that Jihan guy, the mystery chat member.
What is it? What is it called?
I don't know.
Return to Tradition. That guy is that what you're talking about?
No, Anthony Stein probably did too.
Anthony Stein. I don't watch Anthony Stein other than he
has a Discord server.
I think when he wasn't avoiding Babylon, I trolled him saying, "Oh, like this panel of schismatics."
Phil, did you hear that? Phil, can you certify this evidence in the court?
I'll allow it.
Sorry, Jihan. It's over.
And he got mad at it.
Jihan,
Like,
we find you guilty of conspiring against Salacast. You better promise to never do this again, except when you do, okay?
I sent Jihan to actually have to show up to one of these Salacast.
On time.
I gotta find my glasses. Talk amongst yourselves for a little bit.
All right, Velma Gonzalez.
I can't see anything.
Velma Gonzalez. My glasses.
Glasses half full.
The glass is Helmistic. The glass is a thing, and a thing is a thing. And what makes a thing are other things. And we take all the things, and you combine the things to get a thing of a thing. And that, like, thing is a thing. Thing.
Alright. So
have you been thinking about that, Jihan?
Yeah.
What happened? What I miss?
Oh, he said the glass is half empty. I said the glass is Thomistic. So you see, the glass is this thing, and there's things that make up this thing. And if you think about it, I mean, that's when things start to thing, thing.
The thing that's the thing is the other thing, yeah.
Yep.
Just makes sense.
I have a PhD now.
All right, so you wanted us to watch something about Bannister?
Yeah, the debate.
Is that in
The
Discord?
one that caused them to have Discord.
He
Thanks.
But
loves.
I thought like SedeP could react to that.
Oh, not us.
Oh, we're not good enough.
We're not good enough.
Savecast is too low quality. Is that what you're saying, Jihan?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, but watching Kennedy Hall again, I mean, SedeP would never watch Kennedy Hall like 30 different times and make 30 episodes on it. Prove me wrong.
I mean,
because I think you get
Notice
bored.
there's no archive of a video making fun of Kennedy Hall on this SedeP channel.
there is no archive, right? Like
Exactly. See, no proof. Look at this. Jihan, it has no proof. SedeP will never make another.
I don't
video
think I
about
got
Kennedy
a clear. I don't think I got a clear answer on that. Like, why did he delete all the videos?
Because things happened, and that's a thing. And when you think about it,
what was the question?
No, why? Seriously, like, why did it delete all the streams and videos? That's just so. I don't know. It's kind of gay.
Investigator Phil.
Yes.
We got
what
a
am I ruling on here?
No, why did Michael Maiden delete all of his content? Like, which
Your
came
Honor, innocent.
Which came so swiftly, like after the Kennedy Hall interview.
What evidence?
Oh, here comes, guys. Car noise.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was a nice one, I gotta say.
Hey, don't forget to call for your song requests.
You're right. Call 206
501-8910.
Wait, is this John Farrell's number?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Hey.
Yeah, what's up with these
Let's
people just giving out their
let's
private
do the
information?
pros and cons of cuddling. Okay, let's do that one.
All right. But the Law and Order stays on.
Cuddling, relaxing.
Well, I really enjoy cuddling, and I think it's very relaxing.
Everyone loves cuddling. No, I want to be clear. We're all pro.
He didn't like cuddling,
No,
and that's a big portion of what I enjoy in a partner.
Do you enjoy that, right?
Yeah.
What I'm talking about is
Yeah.
a context where
you enjoy
we both
cuddling?
enjoy
Both
cuddling.
Yes. I cuddle my bottle of beer every night. I cuddle my fifth of whiskey.
You know, Phil, you can't do it too much unless it gets a bit too warm, and then you're like,
Nah, then it's not
too
so
much
good.
cuddling.
Yeah,
you don't want to overly cuddle beer.
No.
You want it just right.
Yeah. Unless you're European, then you cuddle warm. It's not even cold when you start.
Yeah, sometimes you even grab a blanket and you wrap it around the beer. I think they're called coasters. Oh wait, what are they called? Like a beer thing? That was a Ford F-150 Expedition.
Nice.
In case people wanted a song request for car noises, I won't be able to choose them. And now we're playing the F-150, the Black Edition.
In the trenches, secrets no master to master modern dating. The secrets are revealed.
Well,
it's like, do you like cuddling? Yeah, I like cuddling.
I kind of am indifferent, and I'm Thomistic to cuddling. You see, cuddling is a thing, and a thing is a thing, Phil. And if you think about it,
cuddling could lead to sleep, which could lead to you waking up.
Yeah.
And I'm against it. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't like waking up.
Well, what's the etymology of sleeping, Phil?
What's the etymology of cuddling? Cud is what the cow chews. Yeah. We got the cud.
And laying is an Asian.
Yeah, laying is an Asian. Chewing an Asian. Do you enjoy this? Yes.
That's what they used to say in Europe. They said, "Oh man, I better chew an Asian my wife tonight."
All right.
And she used to say back, "What's the etymology of sure?" Well, you have
Of what?
Like quiet. Well, we got to think of what sure.
Sure.
Yeah. Sure.
You mean the singer? Sure.
No,
Yeah.
like sure is in what is sure. Like,
If
sure.
I could turn back time. All right,
That
so
was Toyota.
you know what I think? I think we still have 30 minutes of John Farrell to watch from the last John Farrell, right?
Hey Phil, what type of car does a Jedi drive?
F-150. I don't know.
Toyota.
Toyota. Yeah. It's a matter of fact. Oh, wait. So here we go.
Dispense with due process. That means Layla Miller and I and no one else can dispense with due process either. You must always try for the separation court. You can't stop. You don't get to take your separation into your own hands. That's grave sin. You are a public abandoner, even if you're innocent as the wind-driven snow, and your spouse is super bad.
I love that. Yeah, innocent as snow. I don't think that's the phrase.
You're
You
as
mean
innocent
pure?
as the black ice on the road.
You're as innocent as pollen. Like, I don't know. What does that mean?
You're as innocent as mowed grass clippings.
You're as innocent as Toyota.
HDMI.
HDMI. Ready? We're gonna go.
Bad news. You're a public abandoner, and it's public scandal, like public adultery, to leave and get the divorce, no matter how good your cause is, without the bishop's permission. So you must publicly be always trying to get the decree of separation. Okay. So yeah, like I said, it's really good that she said that. Okay, the church teaches that in cases of unrepentant adultery or grave, physical separation of spouses is allowed with the bishop's permission, and it's not allowed without the bishop's permission. You don't get the sacraments.
Yeah.
Okay, go on. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, but you forgot about the.
What are you, Goofy?
If you don't get the bishop's permission or die trying to get it, you have to keep trying. You can never take the law into your own hands. This is where I don't think Layla understands or agrees, because she has said, my friend really needed a divorce.
4 hours of
so she just went for it, like that.
My friend.
You must always publicly be knocking on the tribunal's door to try to get that separation decree.
Knock, knocking on the tribunal's door.
Knocking on the.
Must be public recognition, otherwise it is scandal. Just like shacking up is scandal. Just like adultery is scandal.
Siva.
Communion with adultery. What
did he just say?
Communion
Phil?
with divorce.
Scandal.
Skip it back 10 seconds.
Yeah, okay, I forgot.
Hey, you guys should go to his
Be
son's
public
wedding.
recognition, otherwise it is scandal. Just like
Say
shacking
law,
up
play it
is
again,
scandal.
Phil.
Just like adultery is scandal. Otherwise it is scandal. Decree. There must be public recognition, otherwise it is scandal. Just like shacking up is scandal. Just like adultery is scandal. Communion with adultery. Communion with divorce is scandal because it's public, which gets back to my
scandal. I have to
Communion
react.
with divorce, like adultery, is scandal. Communion with adultery. Communion with divorce is scandal because it's public, which gets back to my theme. All right, that that. Well, never mind. I'll say some more. I'll talk more in a little bit about this.
I'm glad he stopped. Oh my god.
That was so scandalizing. I just couldn't stop gasping. Can't stop gasping. That is so scandalous. Oh.
About being public.
This
Well,
guy
while I'm
named
thinking of
Love
it, let's go to that
Field
video
here.
right now. Let's see if I can find it. The sin of divorce. Here. Let us check out what she says. This is just, she said a ton of stuff, but this is just a short one here on from Eric Sammons, you know, on Crisis Magazine, and she's talking about going to confession for divorce.
In societies and
Isn't
Is
the
that
correct name
SedeP?
magazine in a crisis magazine?
Hi, SedeP.
Scandalous.
SedeP has joined?
No, this is Love Phil.
Oh.
What the heck? Can't you read?
Bill, can you read?
No, I can't. My secret is out.
I'm so scandalized.
Can you eat?
and again, read the catechism on this. It doesn't say then you're in mortal sin and you can't go up to communion. If you have destroyed your family, you are not in a state of grace and you cannot receive communion. So we're not getting it from anywhere. Nobody is teaching that this is a sin. And if you're the guilty party who did this thing, it doesn't matter if you stay single. It doesn't matter if you're not remarried. You've still done a grave offense against the natural law, against God, against family, against.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, Phil, think about this word, sin.
I'm getting like lighthearted by doing the. Like I'm getting
sin. Scandal.
Mortal sin. It's a venial sin.
Vice.
To your family members, you're not free to go up to communion until you've gone to a sacramental confession and rectified your sin.
I'm going to go back over this video a little bit.
Stop
But she says you're not
saying it,
free to go
woman.
to, if you've divorced, you're the guilty party, you've destroyed your family, whatever. You're not free to go to communion unless you go to confession. Right? That's what she said.
Right.
The problem with that is you cannot absolve the sin of divorce in the confessional.
Oh, she said sin.
Wait,
no mentioning sin.
Wait, the sin of divorce.
SedeP, stop saying it.
Sorry.
Why is Farrell responding to this woman to begin with?
Yeah, whatever.
Are you questioning Mr. Farrell?
John Farrell.
I'm questioning Salmon's like.
John Farrell is the host of this show.
That's
No,
true.
like, why is a woman teaching men about faith and morals?
You know what
That's
I realized?
that's not a man. That's a farm-raised salmon. Dressed up to
Phil?
be a man.
Phil, we gotta stop running away from our host.
Whoa! Look what it is. I am the love vessel. Sailing up
The
the
love
sea.
vessel.
Hey, I
That's
don't
just
want to
wrong.
cause any scandal by saying the word S-I-N.
Sex?
Try again.
Money.
Oh, Jihan is here. Oh, hello, love. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Hey, no kissing
gotta-
allowed. I am
I have a
scandalized.
Premarital kissing.
I have a bone to pick with you.
You have a bone to pick?
Yeah,
Is
you
it a
gotta bring back all your past streams and videos.
Well, you
I
can't
only
bring
have
back
like
streams.
20 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You gotta bring back your Kennedy Hall interview.
No, I
So that I
deleted that
can
one
send it to him.
intentionally. I was so unhappy.
I know. There's this one part of like the Kennedy interview where he's like eating yogurt, SedeP, with this stupid Napoleon hat. It was like the funniest thing I ever saw.
Was that
Phil, were you scandalized though?
Oh yes. I had to divorce my wife after I saw that.
And get an annulment.
No, I just got divorced and I got it. I got it forgiven in the confessional.
Oh yay! I wasn't scandalized. You
So to
almost had
speak,
me there,
you must
Phil.
make public restitution before you can get absolution. Must make public restitution, which means you must get the bishop's decree of separation if you can't go back, or you have to go back. You can't get absolved just by saying, I committed this terrible sin of divorce. I'm really, really sorry. I'll never do it again. Okay. No. You must make public restitution. This is the thing that she doesn't, either she doesn't know or doesn't want to know or doesn't want to talk about. You cannot be resolved of your divorce sin without public restitution.
He said
because
sin.
it is a public matter. It doesn't matter what you're thinking in your head. It matters what's going on publicly. But because Layla is saying that as long as you know you're not ending your marriage, you can take it to the divorce court. No, it's not a private affair. It's publicly governed. Then what does she say here?
So why aren't we teaching that? Like in society,
We're not teaching that, as you know, because marriage has been privatized, because the total gift of self, which is the new contract of marriage, the new object of consent, has no definition. It's all between your ears. I'm not receiving the love that I'm owed based on my private judgment. That's it. So there's no sin in divorce anymore.
Sin?
Say love.
If you have
Is the love I'm supposed to be receiving public love?
Yes. It's the love between your ears.
No, it's a cult love.
I thought it was about taking me out to dinner, buying me jewelry, and new clothes.
I thought it was the hidden hand. I won't continue with that one.
have NFP legal. You cannot uphold marriage and the contract and the terms if you have NFP legal, because you have to have a two different natures. One is the procreation and one is the unity, and that unity becomes a right. You have a right to that, and then you can't define it. So there's, I can say, I have a right to all of Northern Nevada because that's where I feel is my love. And who are you to judge? So get out of here. You know what I mean? It's like
he's right.
I think better places than that.
He's
but anyway,
right. He does all.
Yeah,
North
he
Nevada
has a
now.
right to all Northern Nevada. Yep, I agree with him.
He said so. He said so.
Yep.
It's Thursday. Let's pray the luminous mysteries together. The ones recommended.
Come on, Miss Happy Prod. Damn.
Get luminous, 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 luminous, get luminous.
I heard that if you put it on 2 times
Luminous.
speed, it's better. Hold on.
Luminous, luminous, get luminous, luminous, get luminous.
that's where I feel is my love. And who are you to judge? So get out of here. You know what I mean? It's like, I could probably think
Get
of
out of
that,
here.
but anyway, let's listen one more time.
Again, read the catechism on this. It doesn't say then you're in mortal sin and you can't go up to communion. You have destroyed your family.
Right. So the catechism is chill. The catechism is kind of weak on what they say about divorce. They technically say some correct things, but they skirt around it. If divorce is if it's the only possible way, but they don't talk about that it's not, whatever. Here.
are not in a state of grace and you cannot receive communion.
Okay, so she's saying
Selah.
if you divorce.
I might not be in the state of grace, but I'm on the planet charity. Yay!
Yay! I love that planet. It's filled with
Not in the
bugs.
grace and you cannot receive communion. This is canon 915 material, Layla, not canon 916. Okay. When you divorce, you're a public sinner, not a private sinner.
Ugh.
This is why you need that public restitution.
Do you care if someone? I don't know. Like I don't. Is it really scandalous anymore?
I care about every single marriage.
I keep tabs on everyone. They're fighting.
Sorry to be a broken record.
2.3
we're not getting it from anywhere.
What happened to your 0.3 child?
Nobody is teaching that this is a sin, and if you're the guilty party who did this thing, it doesn't matter if you stay single. It doesn't matter if you're not remarried. You've still done a grave offense.
And that's the other problem is who's the guilty party. All right.
Selah, you done a grave of defense.
Layla, the guilty party is the one who moved out. In 100% of the cases, because it's a public matter. Marriage is public. Now, you have to say marriage is private if you've legalized NFP, because the object of consent is a private matter based on one's own conscience and definition of love. So if you don't speak my love language, you're not capable and you're violating my rights. Therefore, I've decided that I can do this separation because no one else can judge my love language. Dig it? Okay.
I dig.
We have to objectively define the terms of the contract of marriage, or you can't defend it. All you're doing is it's like complaining about gay marriage and complaining about drag queen story hours. Go ahead. That's good, I guess, but you got to go back to the headwaters, which is nature is up for grabs because family planning says that's nature. That's where it all comes from. So the rest is just downstream. It's like you got to go back and fix the problem first. So we can complain about divorce all day long, but until we define the contract and make it public instead of just mental, then we got nothing. It's never going to change. You can't get rid of it. It's going to just stay like it is because there's no legal basis. You can, like I said, everyone, if there's no teeth to the contract, it's whatever you want to do, and you just judge it
Against the natural law, against God, against family, against your family members.
So she said a mouthful
you're not
there.
Free.
Hold on.
Against family, against
Hang
natural
on.
law, against God, against
Hang on.
family. You've still done a grave offense against the natural law.
You done
Yes,
did.
when you separated your family. That's
Against God, against family, against
That's
your
my favorite
family members.
character.
You're not free to go up to communion until you've gone to a sacramental confession.
you're not eligible. Has nothing to do with if you're free or not. You're not eligible. Public. Which brings me to another place on our let's share this tab instead. Right here. Let's go down here. I think it's right down here. Now, where is it? Where did I put it? Oh yeah, here it is. The Eastern Code of Canon Law. There's some good canons in here. I'm skipping ahead a little bit, but Eastern Code Canons 468 in the CCEO. Marriage cases between baptized persons belong to the ecclesiastical judge by exclusive and proper right. Boom! Right there.
Oh, there's a real.
No one
there was a
can
point.
take their
Taboo.
contract anywhere except to the ecclesiastical judge by exclusive and proper right. It doesn't matter. And if you've got grave cause and all that stuff, if there's danger of delay, you can take matters in your own hands for at least 6 months total. But no one is allowed to bypass this.
I always, yay. Quote me on this. Laugh. Quote me on this. Quote, laugh.
Be gay and grind. The motto, people, left, gay, always grind. Quote me on the left, gay, always grind. Quote me on the left, gay, always grind.
Oh, that was like true art.
Always, gay. Quote me on this. Belong to the ecclesiastical judge by exclusive and proper right. All right, so now if we switch to the Latin code, 1401 says the proper and exclusive right the church adjudicate spiritual matters and those connected with spiritual matters, which would be divorce and separation and all that. But they don't specify it. They're a little bit more coy, okay? It says, hang on, blah, 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 blah. Canon 1671 says marriage cases of the baptized belong to the ecclesiastical judge by proper right, but they don't say exclusive. They say exclusive up here, okay? So they separate it out. So it's better in the Eastern code because they put it in. They make one sandwich out of it. More. Always. Gay. Quote me on the left. Quote me on this. Quote. Laugh. Be gay.
I thought that the Eastern crime said, or the Eastern code said that you can divorce 2 times. And they're like, the first time, we hold our nose. And the second time, we're like, what's wrong with you? And then the third time, we're like, no. Just the Russian Orthodox?
I don't know.
No, the Russian Ascent of Mount Carmel did a whole video series on this. They officially allowed 2 divorces.
Yay!
Yay! I love divorce.
Love vessels are happy.
Love vessel for your divorce.
Yay!
Other day. Okay, then P.S. Here's Canon 1696. Cases of separation of spouses also concern the public good. The promoter of justice must therefore always intervene. So marriage is public. Ain't no way around it. This is why this NFP cannot exist with Catholicism. It's never going to work. It's like using a 17-volt battery in your 12-volt car. Never going to work. You got to change the car or you got to change the battery. You can kind of fake it for a little while, but it's not going to work.
Okay, we'll get rid of Christian marriage.
So
problem solved.
Just like Amber Rose does in her things, I think we're going to have a little commercial, a little break, and we'll come back.
Good.
There's cats. What is this? No, play this content. I want to see it. I want to see this content.
No, I thought this was a different video.
Happy birthday.
Wait a second.
Cupcakes. Dreamers. Pinata. Balloons.
Layla. Happy birthday. Layla. Happy birthday.
Yep,
Wait,
I told you we're never going to mispronounce.
He stole this from Salacast.
Oh yeah, we influence many.
He stole the aesthetics. What?
Yay!
The whole taking a break, playing
Actually,
video.
he's actually a
subsidiary.
No, he's the host of the Sailor
Co-host.
No, he's not co-host. He's host. We're just
not the
special
host?
guests. We're special guests.
Got it.
Friends of the show.
We are the love vessel of the show.
This is the John Farrell Sailor Clip cast.
What happened to Phil Gonzalez stream?
That's on
Which
the
one?
other channel, isn't it? The non-bookie books.
Yeah.
This is Bookie Books, and what happened to Phil Gonzalez?
We went over the 20-hour limit for the month. And we went over the 20-hour limit on the Sailorcast one too. So,
Bruh.
I know.
Isn't a better opinion is to say Vatican II marriage is a different marriage than Catholic marriage? Say yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yay! We're all SedePs now. Yay! Yay! It's better than saying, "Oh, look at all these Catholics are stupid and they should listen to me."
Yeah, but I think if you do something and it's ignorant, I think it's forgiven, right? Right? Isn't that the way it goes? Isn't that the rules? As long as you stay ignorant of everything, everything goes.
It's her name again. There's more enforcing of that or reinforcing of
Matter
that
of fact,
later.
I'm going back.
Anyway, name again.
Because that was actually more.
I think we're gonna have a little commercial, a little break, and we'll come back.
Commercial.
Happy birthday.
Cupcakes. Dreamers. Pinata. Balloons.
Layla. Happy birthday. Layla. Happy birthday.
Yep, I told you we're never going to.
That's like the best part of the show so far. It's the only part of the show that makes sense so far.
Hey, that's the new intro.
Mispronounce her name again. There's more enforcing of that or reinforcing of that later. Anyway, the church teaches that in all cases of unrepentant adultery, blah, blah, blah. Okay, always with the bishop's permission. Yes, except like I said, she contradicts that earlier in the article, which says as long as you are in your mind not ending your marriage, you can take it to the state. No. It has nothing to do with that. This is what prompted Bay McFarland to say in an email, because of no-fault divorce, so the state's judiciary does not ensure certain legal rights, the care of the children, or the protection of inheritance. That's right. They violate divine law because they shred the contract. On the contrary, the spouse who did nothing grave justifying separation loses everyday access to children and is routinely ordered to support an abandoner or an adulterer in a different home. Children are coached to believe that there is nothing wrong with all of this. Exactly.
Wait, what was the
which
Sheila,
is
what
why
was the
this
question you
has to
had?
be public. She said.
What was the question you had? Do you remember? You said, isn't it easier to say Vatican II? What was the question?
Isn't it easier to say that
Yeah.
after Vatican II they have a new religion and a new form of marriage?
Okay, let me ask him. Hold on.
Are you calling
I
him?
mean, he wants continuity so badly, and it feels like he's the only person who's holding up his end of the bargain.
All right. Let's see.
It's John.
Hey, how's it going, John? It's Phil from your special host from
Yeah.
the SedeCast.
Yes, sir.
One question.
Yeah.
Isn't it easier to say?
I'm going to interrupt you to say I'm in Costco, so I could cut out on you because the Wi-Fi is broken. But go ahead.
Excuses.
Go ahead.
Excuses. Isn't it easier to say that Vatican II is what is it again?
A new religion.
Is a new religion.
And so marriage is a new contract. With
Marriage is a new contract. Is that fair to say?
Sure. I mean, yeah, I'd say that generally, or without being extremely technical, nitpicky everywhere. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Cool. Yay.
See ya.
Bye. Thanks.
No, but did he hear the whole question?
I don't know, but he agreed with it.
Yay! He's a material city, just like 90% of everybody else does content. Yay! Clip
Did you
it.
hear him? Yeah, clip
1
it.
hour into the show, clip it.
Said it's unfortunate that Layla left out that one is not to be his or her own judge to determine that approaching the civil forum is tolerable in one's situation. This is the crux of the matter.
Ooh.
It is unfortunate that Layla left out that one is not to be his or her own judge to determine that approaching the civil forum is tolerable in one situation. You cannot judge yourself. Exactly right. You can't do it. This is why I think Catholic Answers let the
Why do I judge myself all the time then?
I judge myself perfectly good. Yay!
I wish I judged myself perfectly good.
I'm not at fault. No fault divorce, followed by no fault communion. Yay!
Love vessel approved.
Yes.
article be published because they're all about private judgment, because they're all about NFP and theology of the body. All right. Now, then she goes into some good stuff about Pope Leo XIII, and all that's really cool. Yes, yes, yes. Let's see what else we got here. Number 5, abandoned spouses are witnesses to marriage fidelity and must be supported by the church. Ha. Okay. She says a stander is a spouse who stays faithful to his vows even after abandonment, separation, or civil divorce. And even if the stander is the one who had to physically separate due to dangerous circumstances. Okay. And I say, after legalized NFP, there is no such thing as a stander. This is because there's no contract anymore, so there's nothing to stand for. There's that irrevocable covenant of love, and if there ain't no love, there ain't no marriage. There's nothing to stand for. This is why there's no support for standers among the bishops. She says abandoned spouses. Okay, yeah. So you can't have a stander anymore. And why do I say this? Let's go to Gaudium. Okay, Gaudium 50, right here. Marriage is to be sure. Okay, so it says marriage, to be sure, is not instituted solely for procreation. Bam, gaslighting. Like I said in my other video about this stuff, they're saying marriage. Listen, dude, marriage is not just instituted solely for procreation, and we're sure about that. If you're not sure, you got a problem. Wrong. It is instituted solely for procreation. That is the only thing it's instituted for. It's not instituted for unity, bonding, love, or total gift of self. Those are secondary things which can happen, but it's not instituted for them. It's instituted.
What if, like, in order to get, like if they do like a buy one get one Whopper at Burger King, and you need someone to bring along with you, isn't that instituting marriage?
Can we do marriage on the blockchain? It's public, it's a ledger, and everybody knows about it, and it's forever. Yay!
For procreation alone, that is the independent purpose which gives us an objective contract. But now, since it's, to be sure, not instituted solely for procreation, there's nothing there to violate in natural law when you separate, because it says its very nature, the new nature of marriage is an unbreakable compact between persons. So that's a contract between persons, and the welfare of the children both demand that the mutual love of the spouses be embodied. Whoa, here we go. We got to have mutual love embodied in a rightly ordered manner. By the way, her friend, what's her name? Oh, come on. Leanne Abel, I think is her name. She has a website called Rightly Ordered, which is newspeak for wrongly ordered, because this is what Humanae Vitae is based on, this new order, which is the embodiment of love is now the new primary purpose. But they don't come out and say that, but that's the new order. So they're saying the love of the spouses embodied in a rightly ordered manner, that it grow and ripen. Therefore, marriage persists as a whole manner of communion of life. So marriage persists as a whole manner of communion of life that's rightly ordered, as in love wins. That's where love wins comes from. So does marriage persist if there's not a whole manner of communion of life? No, it doesn't persist. There ain't no standard. What are you standing for? The train's left the station. Your spouse is not loving you anymore. They're gone, whatever. There's nothing to stand for. Marriage no longer persists. This is why divorce equals invalidity in practical terms today. So you have to go back. Like I said, we can complain about annulments. We can complain about a lot of stuff. Unless you get the contract correct.
I'm like not listening at all because it's kind of just droning on and on and on. But he said divorce equals invalid, right? Doesn't mean
Yeah.
illegal? Not invalid?
I don't know.
Selah, 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 Selah.
Thought, is this legit? Is this real? And it is real.
It's not a podcast, it's a SedePcast. SedePcast. Selah. It means pause and consider. With John and Phil.
Jihan! Yay!
I wouldn't want your mom to this podcast. Unfortunately, he died in a crash.
Going from his bedroom to the computer.
My friends, 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 my friends.
Don't look now, because your pizza's about to be burned.
Is it pretty good?
And now for the show.
There's no law to point to. There's just mutual love, and that is an inside job. Therefore, the marriage belongs individually and privately, and there's nothing to judge. Just like NFP use, increase and multiply. Well, I'm going to decrease and multiply if that works for me, and you can't judge me. Don't judge my NFP. All right. John Paul II, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So he's talking about this, but still, the reason why this whole topic gets tricky is because they put a lot of nice sounding phrases in here, but it's baseless in law anymore, according to Vatican II, which isn't binding because it's not infallible.
What?
But everyone treats it as it.
Did you say Selah, or are you just snoring?
He said Vatican II is not binding.
And now here I'm going to do a magic trick. I'm going to get a pope to hold a council, and then there's no council. Yeah.
I mean, that is being materially, set of encounters.
So, do you think being Sede is cool?
No.
All your friends are doing it? Well, think again.
Duck.
Their feelings, and they talked about stuff, but it doesn't bind. It's not. There's nothing infallible in there that's new. So Gaudium 50 is poetic, but it's not infallible as far as what it's saying about this growing and ripening love stuff. All right, so she says, let's be honest. Do we Catholics encourage the abandoned husband or wife in this heroic stand? Not really, but we should. Do we instead encourage the standard to get an annulment and find a shiny new romance where he or she can be happy?
10 more minutes, guys.
That's what happens.
We're going to do
Worse,
it.
do we even ordained and agents of the church? Dang right, because the bishop says there's nothing we can do here. This is a private matter. As long as they don't do anything publicly wrong, they can keep going to communion. And publicly wrong is adultery only. And now Pope Francis rest in peace, has said that adultery is no longer public. It's private. It's a case-by-case basis and all that stuff. Whenever you see that case-by-case stuff, run the other way, because they're saying what is public is now private. That is heresy. Okay, so condescend or to shame those hidden martyrs for marriage when they don't move on as expected today. Hey, martyrdom has a lot of injustice, of course, and there's a lot of hidden things going on there. That's true. All right. On a related note, somebody brought this up to me on Twitter, and it was pretty interesting, and I wanted to include it. Let's look at what the NFPers say about the marriage contract and how it affects chastity. CCC 2337. Chastity, here we'll make it bigger just because. Chastity means the successful, I'll go like this, means the successful integration of sexuality within the person. Okay, we need to successfully integrate within the person, and thus the inner unity of the man and his bodily and spiritual being. Sound groovy yet? Christopher West, check it out. Sexuality in which man's belonging to the bodily and biological world is expressed becomes personal and truly human when it is integrated into the relationship of one person to another in the complete and lifelong mutual gift of man and woman. This is oh man. The virtue of chastity therefore involves the integrity of the person and the integrity of the gift. What are they saying? Procreation is secondary. That's all they're saying. This is why they say it in all this flowery language. Procreation is secondary. Love wins. Marriage is private. Divorce isn't a sin. We have got to go back and fix the definition of marriage before we can complain about divorce. Because it's like complaining about the invasion in the southern border while we have a wide open southern border. We just look, there's politics. Mexicans everywhere. What are we going to do? There's people from all over the world here, and now we're losing our country. Well, what can we do? How about shut off the border? Oh, that's harsh and cruel. How about get back to the definition of marriage before this imposter Vatican II thing messed it all up and pretending it's real? Okay. 2338. The chaste person maintains the integrity of the powers of life and love placed in him. Oh, the chaste person maintains the power of love. This integrity ensures the unity of the person. You've got to have love, and love is an inside job. I have a right to love, and you're not meeting my right to love, and there is no court that can hear that because there's no definition of what my love language is and what I have a right to. So divorce is not a sin, Layla. That's it. Okay, this part's pretty cool. Number 6, she says, by the way, wedding guests and official witnesses are to affirm the marriage, especially when trouble arises. This is a pretty good point she makes. Oh, hang on. Yeah, we'll go like bigger. Okay. Were you ever taught that part of your obligation as a bridesmaid, groomsman, or guest to the wedding?
Were you ever taught?
Were you taught when you ever were married? What?
Sometimes it makes me natural flan. Natural planning. Were you there when I natural family planned?
The wedding guests are essential to the marriage. I'm going to die. Oh.
Were you there
when he put us all to sleep?
Were you there when he put us all to sleep? Oh,
Sometimes I go to sleep loudly. Loudly. Loudly.
Loudly. Were you there when I went to sleep loudly?
Wedding is to be a witness to the marriage for life, and specifically when things go wrong later. No, nobody knows that. Just like if you are a godfather or godmother, you are obligated to pray for that person for your whole life. You're the spiritual father in a way, or godparent. Similarly, when you go to a wedding, you have to back them up, which is there's part of the catechism that says you need to do that too. You were there when the couple made their sacred promises before God. Actually, they made a public contract before God and the community of believers. So why are you helping them divorce and annul now? And the answer to that question, Layla, is because we're calling it a sacred promise of love. And this integrity ensures here they use the word right here. They becomes truly personal and truly human when it is integrated into relationship. That's not public stuff. Okay, so marriage after Vatican II, the contract is private.
I remember
This is why
pictures came with touch.
Why are you helping them divorce and annul now? Because everyone feels sorry for the damsel in distress or whatever, and who are we to judge? Because it's a private matter of love. And that's a Hollywood thing, started in the 30s. There was a movie, I think, in the 40s that says marriage is a private affair. It's all Hollywood, and Vatican II, trying to be kinder and gentler, has picked it up. And this is why we have the problem. When trouble
Are you
hits
awake,
or
Miss
when
Happy
divorce
Prod, or are you
happens,
still sleepwalking?
your job is not to take sides in the battle to destroy that fragile family, but rather to stand for the marriage you witnessed, celebrated, and prayed for. That's right. Your job is not to take sides. So, Layla Miller, you took a side when you said in your other article that this is how it works in real life. You had a dear friend who had no other choice but to file for divorce to protect their family. Some other article.
Yes. Deers should not be getting married. Deers should not be getting married. He had a dear
I
friend.
remember touch. Pictures came with touch. A painter in my mind. Tell me what you see. A tourist in a dream. A visitor, it seems. A half-forgotten song. Where do I belong? Tell me what you need. I need something more. Thank you, that's the song. By Daft Punk. Yeah.
Well, it's pretty easily available. That you said that. So you took sides because you said she had no other choice. No, you have to tell her she's ineligible for communion until she gets the bishop's permission. That is your job, Layla. You can never tell anyone they're eligible for communion if they break the natural law of separating out of their contract on their own authority. All right. Canon Law 1060 requires us to presume the validity of the marriage. That's right. And yet, too often, when great suffering comes to our loved ones, our misguided sympathy or loyalty leads us to say, your marriage probably isn't valid anyway. Why don't you go get your annulment? But that is not in our place to advise or adjudicate. In a way, it sort of is our place to advise and adjudicate, Layla. And the answer is because the marriage is valid if they had kids. Let me say that again. The rule of thumb is the marriage is valid if they had kids because they were capable, they had capacity, and they had discretion of where babies came from and how to make them. That's all you need because procreation alone is the purpose of marriage. The essential purpose, the primary purpose.
You know, the Beatles, when they wrote that song, All You Need Is Love, it was all you need is procreation, but they couldn't get it, they couldn't get the beat right.
Yeah.
All you need is procreation.
Maybe that's the point. All you need is love. Procreation. And we fixed it. We fixed the song.
Yeah,
we were
we're better than Lennon and McCartney. Yay.
Yeah.
So it is our place to advise and adjudicate their nullity if they have kids and they're saying, I wasn't capable. It's like, I don't know. if you're a baseball player and you can swing a bat, you're capable of going up to bat. You know, it's like, but you may not be capable of being the best batter in the world or something, but you can if you got arms and you can hold a bat and go like that.
Don't you have to have legs to go up to bat? Like, what if you don't swing it at all? Who cares? Lots of time they don't swing. We have to stand there. Like, whoa, I have no legs. I have arms. And I lie on my belly and I'm like, I'm swinging the bat. No! Out! Wrong example! -1. Continue the video. Do we have a word for continue the video?
Say la.
You sorry, no, now you stop the video.
Say la.
Baseball, all right.
Oh, now you started the video.
You may not be the
again.
best, but if you have no arms, you're incapable. So they're saying, yeah, I'm just incapable of baseball, man. I can swing a bat, but I'm just not capable. And that's it. So it's no. Okay. Now let's see what else he says. To pivot to invalidity when the cross comes, to advise your loved one to throw off the cross while putting it on the backs of vulnerable children, grid point, to tempt a suffering spouse toward divorce and annulment, and to aid the family in its disintegration is to have borne false witness on the couple's wedding day, which is a violation of the 8th commandment. That's right. Help and support the parties involved. Yes,
Wait,
especially
chill
when
out.
one...
What? The violation of gossiping? Isn't the 8th commandment bearing false witness?
I don't know. It's just all a word salad to me. He needs to break his videos up better. I keep telling him this.
Abandoned, especially the one abandoned or in danger. What? Especially the one abandoned or in danger. But do so while simultaneously standing for the marriage's redemption. This is not its destruction. I didn't quite understand that. Especially so, help and support the parties involved. Basically, tell them real straightforwardly. The moving party is publicly guilty. The moving party is publicly ineligible for communion if they wait more than 6 months without initiating a separation decree. That's 1152.3 or 1152. I know that. In summary, we've had a few decades of amnesia when it comes to our obligations to defend marriage and family. You know where that comes from? That's right. That's where the amnesia comes from. We have a 12-volt car, and we're using our Vatican II 17-volt battery trying to make it work. You cannot make it work. It's going to sort of turn on, and it's going to sort of cruise a little bit. It's never going to work. You have to have the 12-volt battery with the 12-volt car. We have an infinite private marriage contract with our public stuff. And
I've come to realize something. Every one of us here is autistic.
Okay.
And so is John Farrell.
Yay.
And that's why he's our friend. Yay!
No, you can't have it. That's why everyone says it's between my spouse and I. It's between my God and I. The bishop says divorce is not a sin.
Selah.
Oh. So continue the videos is also Selah?
Yeah. Selah.
And even if he did say it's a sin, I've decided it's not because I know what love is and my husband doesn't or whatever. Besides, I can always go to confession. You have to make public restitution, Layla, not private restitution to get absolved. Okay, so I think we have gotten to the bottom of this mess. And I hope I beat it up enough. Don't forget to... I need some likes here so we can get this spread more. And someone talk to Layla and see if she
more likes.
Pardon me. And
I already liked it.
You tell me what else we need to discuss in the comments. We have one more way to reinforce her correct name pronunciation. Oh, there's my phone. Hang on. I almost forgot my Taylor Marshall imitation. If you're still peddling NFP out there, you're not on the team. So go out there and stay toxic.
That was gay.
We're gonna have a little commercial, a little break, and we'll come back.
Happy birthday.
cupcakes. Dreamers. Pinata.
Wait, this is this is a SedeP content tribute. With the pinata.
Yep, I told you.
That was the best part of the show.
Yeah, that was a SedeP content tribute. With a
Yes.
pinata.
I know.
And the what do you call it? The Mayan.
The ziggurat.
Pyramids. Yeah. It's a Mexican reference.
Yes.
For the Mexican.
The picante. SedeP. P stands for pinata. Oh.
Ser pinata.
Anyway, thanks, guys. We made it through.
Yay! It was boring.
Yay! From here
if he's
to
not triggered, he's boring.
Yeah,
From
that
here-
could have been just like 10 minutes.
Yeah, but
He
He's
just
too
repeated
tall.
stuff.
He's like Zika. He's like Zika. You give him a, hey, what about this one sentence over here? He's like, I'm going to rip a page out of a book and read the whole thing. Yay!
Gotta
I hope
read
Zika
my
doesn't love
PDF.
this. I'll watch this. Oh, no.
hold on. Let's see. What do we got? We got a Phil.
I
Good
saw your wife, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, no. He's going to get his computer privileges banned.
Yeah, well, maybe, don't be dumb. She sees him talking on the stupid computer. No, she won't care. Actually, she watched the whatever Prague
Oh,
cast
no.
yesterday,
No.
and she was all like, "That guy's funny.
No.
Michael Nathan is funny."
No, she says, Dave's a weirdo creep from Canada. That's the only thing she says.
Well, she says that too. All right, so let's see. Share this tab. We're gonna go like this. Thank you all for coming to the show. Master Bowser, take it away.
Order Christian Oz is on the loose, and she's hunting for another golden goose. Maybe she can find some drama to get some money. With a disposition that is very sunny. So I think that she will talk about weird stuffs. She just can't seem to put down that she has the cuffs of the man who left her behind on the cruise. Christine chugs the wine and just sings all the blues. And it's only Christine. It's so lamented, Christine. Me point dash two, itu, inadimas ketu. Pollos negros per canela que me llegan a despertar. Me importas tú y tú, Christine. It's only you. It's you. Oh, Christine, it's you. Everything is Christine. Da 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 da